Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. And without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. CeeDee Lamb gets major injury update from Cowboys practice on Wednesday. The Dallas Cowboys were hoping to get wide receiver CeeDee Lamb back for the Week 7 contest against the Washington Commanders, and right now, he appears on track to make his return. Lamb has been sidelined for 3 straight games due to a high ankle sprain, but began showing signs of progress last week when he was doing work on a side field for the first time. Now, on Wednesday, head coach Brian Schottenheimer revealed that Lamb was very involved in the team's walkthrough and is going to practice for the first time since his injury. Brian Schottenheimer said CeeDee Lamb was very involved in the walkthrough and will practice. ESPN's Todd Archer reported. Of course, this now puts Lamb on track to play in Week 7, which is obviously huge news for the Cowboys offense, which has leaned heavily and successfully so on George Pickens in recent weeks. This is just the latest indication that Lamb would be back. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported on Sunday that Lamb has a chance to return this week, and that sentiment was echoed by both Stephen and Jerry Jones over the past few days. Without being doctor here and without the benefit of a week of practice, we are thumbs up on all. It's looking good, but that's just it. You got to have a week of practice, Jones said, per ESPN's Todd Archer. Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones on 105.3 The Fan said wide receiver CeeDee Lamb ankle, wide receiver Cavani Turpin foot, and right guard Tyler Booker ankle foot all have a chance to play Sunday against Washington. The Athletics. John Macho reported the Cowboys are hopeful that Lamb can get back on the practice field on Wednesday when they release their first injury report for the week. He was spotted last week working on the resistance cords with the rehab team, and he shed his walking boot days after suffering the injury. Lamb wasn't put on injured reserve, which would have knocked him out for 4 games, because Dallas felt he only needed a couple of weeks to recover. The All-Pro has now missed 3 weeks. A return in Week 7 would match the original recovery timeline Dallas provided. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones gets honest about George Pickens' extension. The Dallas Cowboys got off to an unusual start to the 2025 NFL season with the Micah Parsons trade to the Green Bay Packers dominating the headlines and overshadowing any potential for America's team to make a run at the NFL playoffs. Although many believe that trading their best defensive players would ruin the Cowboys' chances to compete during the 2025 campaign, Dallas has performed better than expected with the improvement mainly on the offensive side of the football. The Cowboys have one of the best offenses in the NFL right now with star quarterback Dak Prescott making a case for NFL MVP while continuing to keep the team firing on all cylinders with star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb sidelined due to a high ankle sprain. With Lamb on the mend, the Cowboys have gotten a lot of production out of young wide receiver George Pickens, who has turned a lot of heads around the league over the last few weeks. With Pickens playing at a high level at the right time, the media is starting to press team owner and general manager Jerry Jones on whether he'd consider a contract extension for the 24-year-old wideout. As you know, that even has a competition to it, and the very aspect of it, Jones said to the media, he is doing more than we did expect or that we could have expected. And what's really special is that he's a real plus to have around the team. He's a real plus around his teammates. He's a great plus around those coaches, and those coaches really think highly of him. He's not only doing it on the field, he's doing it as a part of the team concept. That's very important. And in his particular case, it should be noted, but we'll weigh that. We knew full well that if things really went like we want them to go, certainly we need to think about having some room available if we're going to pay a second receiver at that level. Jones seems more than happy with what he's seen from Pickens, which makes a lot of sense considering his numbers during his first season with the Cowboys. Pickens has caught 32 passes for 525 receiving yards, 3rd in the NFL, and 6 touchdowns, tied for first through the first 6 games of the 2025 campaign. He has far exceeded expectations while winning over the Cowboys' avid fan base, which bode us well for a long-term future in Dallas. Dallas Cowboys. Blockbuster trade for Miami's Jalen Wright after Sanders' injury crisis. The Dallas Cowboys find themselves in a curious position as they approach the trade deadline. While the running back position is not an immediate area of concern, the recent season-ending injury to Miles Sanders has created ripples in their depth chart. With starter Javonte Williams leading the way, the Cowboys are evaluating their options to bolster the backfield, which currently includes rookie Jaden Blue an untested variable in an already challenging landscape. Miles Sanders, a pivotal player for the Cowboys, has been sidelined, leaving Dallas navigating a depth issue. Although the team has the capable Javonte Williams at the helm, the uncertainty surrounding Blue's contributions as a rookie raises questions about the sustainability of their running game. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler has suggested that the Cowboys may entertain the idea of acquiring a running back, naming Miami Dolphins' 2024 fourth-round draft pick Jalen Wright as a potential target. Fowler noted that Dallas had previously expressed interest in Wright during last year's draft cycle. Wright is a player I've had on my radar for that very reason. A lot of teams were high on him in the 2024 draft, including Dallas, which has a soft need after the Miles Sanders injury, Fowler stated, highlighting the Cowboys' ongoing evaluation of Wright. Wright's candidacy for a trade is supported by several factors. The Dolphins, currently floundering with a 1-5 record, appear to be in a rebuild mode and may be inclined to part with younger talent as they assess their future. As the team shifts focus, Wright has found himself with diminished prospects in Miami. He has slipped down the depth chart, now overshadowed by rookie Oi Gordon, who has ascended to the running back 2 position behind Devin Chain. With Wright yet to see any action on the field this season, the Cowboys could see this as an opportune moment to make a move. The potential acquisition of Wright could provide Dallas with additional depth and versatility in their backfield, allowing them to better navigate the remainder of the season amidst the uncertainty surrounding their current roster. As the trade deadline approaches, all eyes will be on the Cowboys to see if they choose to bolster their running back core with a strategic trade, potentially bringing Jalen Wright into the fold.